What is going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with a quick overview of the current event right now, Dogs of War, being the unlock of Nakia. We got 13 days, 22 hours at time recording to unlock shards for her, but I know some folks have been having difficulties kind of going through the first node with that playthrough with Black Panther and Nakia, just kind of, making sure that you get through it. And the good news is the overall easy difficulty is pretty straightforward, even if you're a brand new account starting off. You don't necessarily need a lot of powerful characters to get through. And then ultimately, that's going to get you pretty close to unlocking Nakia right there. And then the hard difficulty is going to need Nakia to be part of the team. And then lastly, if you guys also have the full War Dogs team with Nakia, that's how you can do the heroic difficulty. So yeah, let me go ahead and get started, guys. I can show you the first gameplay footage here and then just walk through the rest of the milestones in terms of how to maximize shards for her. But if you're able to go through all of this, you should be very close to unlocking her. But I know some folks have been difficulty kind of going through this first initial node. So I got this pretty pat down, and it also took me a few tries as well, just because I found it a little bit more challenging than what we're kind of used to. And there may or may not be some RNG involved as well, depending on if your characters go down. So first and foremost, the beginning, make sure you use the basic attack on Black Panther. What's going to happen is Nakia is going to strip away some of the positive buffs from the enemies that we noted there. Unfortunately, it didn't get it to land on Shuri. I was actually hoping it would take down Shuri's defense up, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and use Black Panther's special there, allows him to give the offense up, and then we're actually going to use the ultimate now just to do some damage there. We want to take down at least this cluster of Shuri and Okoye in that back corner before the next wave comes, and this is where that luck may kind of be dependent. If you guys don't get the right drops here with the characters falling, it could be pretty tricky. So, at this point, they're all pretty weak. I like where this is kind of heading. So I'm going to activate right now the special here for Nakia just to activate her stealth. Kind of protects her. She's definitely more important than Black Panther. You can definitely do this without Black Panther, but it is nice to kind of have his skills and having him soak up damage in the next wave. You want to save the ultimate, by the way, so that way for the next wave that drops, Nakia is going to be unleashed out with Black Panther here. So finally, this next wave, having the 3 characters here, we go ahead, we're going to unleash the ultimate once again with Black Panther, and at this point, it should be a pretty smooth sailing. We haven't even used Nakia's ultimate, but that's generally how you would get through it. If you do that attack order, guys, you should be able to get through it. It took me a couple of tries to kind of master it, because at the beginning, you feel inclined to use Nakia's abilities, but really it's actually holding back and waiting and kind of combinating with Black Panther's attacks there. That over time, guys, is going to get you these fragments, right? These covert orb fragments that we can use to actually get the orb. So what I've been doing right now is, now that I haven't unlocked all the difficulties here, I'm just farming the heroic nodes generally, or as well as hard. They both actually give you the same amount of fragments. So you can see here, you're farming the last node here, 1-9 for the hard mode. You still get 140. And if you're in heroic as well, you also get 140. So I didn't even get the 3 stars there, but I don't really care, to be honest, because they're all going to be worth the same anyways. What I'm doing right now is just core refreshing 50 cores to give the additional energy, and kind of going through and doing it like that. Once you're able to get these fragments, you can go to the supply store, and it's going to get funneled into these orbs here, these covert orbs, right? So hit get, additional eye, and then you can see the left pillar is going to give at least 1-2 shards. We got 1 to 2 shards on the right, and then there's that chance here that you can get more shards of her. So that's really the common shard drop, and then the other characters that could be included are this list as follows. So that's essentially how you're going to get lucky in getting more Nakia shards. But overall, I think it's easier to unlock her from the get-go, but what's more difficult is just getting the additional heroic mode as well as hard if you actually do need her involved. And I did push her up a little bit higher, I think level 65, gear tier 12, but that's kind of what's worked for me, guys. Milestone wise, so what can we do right now? This is actually running in tandem again. We always need to be mindful of the events, because this is, at the end of the day, it's going to be contributing to the first Black Panther event here that we see, ultimately getting more shards of Black Panther, the 1mm Black Panther. So a couple of things that are running for the next 5 days, 22 hours, kind of in conjunction with this event, right? It's a dead drop, which is essentially a milestone that runs with opening the orbs. You can see scoring wise, every time you open more covert orbs, you're going to be getting points. So that essentially how you're going to actually build up points here and get these additional Spy Games milestone points. And I'm going to talk about that later on, but these are important because we really want to maximize the number of orb drops we can get. So generally, I mean, I've been getting about you know, three to four orbs a day. So it's gonna be close, guys. It's gonna be close. So we got 3 to 4 orbs a day, and each orb, again, like I said, is 2,000 points. So we have 5 days remaining. We can even round it, right? That would be, you know, 5 days multiplied by, you know, the 3 orbs, even just to be a rough estimate, 15 multiplied by the 2,000. That's going to give us an additional 30, 40,000 points, depending on how you kind of run, right? The more you farm, the higher this is going to go, and these milestone points are going to be funneled to the spy game. So to be honest, I don't know how hard I'm going to go, because to me, Nakia is not really a game-changing character at 2, and we may or may not need them in the Death Scourge, but to be honest, we have some pretty strong Wakandans already, so I probably won't go too crazy for her. What I'm more interested in, though, however, is these milestone points, because we do actually need that in the spy games. So spy games milestone, this is going to be a little bit more serious, because this is actually contributing to a featured item that we need in order to add to the first Black Panther event. So if you go scoring, there's a couple ways to get points. You either A, spend power cores, or B, getting those milestone points, as I noted earlier. Good news is we're spending power cores per day, because we want to refresh at least 4 times to get the additional farm ability energy for fragments, right? So we know that's going to be some additions here. Additionally, we can also get additional milestones from blitzing too. So the target here, guys, at the end of the day, if you scroll down, it's going to be this milestone 31 at 58,500 points for these razor sharp claws. So, you know, 5 days, 22 hours remaining. I'm at 19,000 right now, so I basically should have to keep up what I'm doing right now for the next few days here, but should be attainable. But what's running in conjunction with this as well is a blitz event that's on the web store, and that essentially is just going through and blitzing as much as you can as well. That's going to be adding to the milestone points, which makes it easier. So that's kind of what I'm doing on the sidelines right now, guys, but that all adds up. This is going to be the ultimate prize. I'm probably just going to stop, to be honest, at milestone 31, because everything else afterwards, I don't really care enough to try just to add to that, right? And at the end of the day, we're just going to try and maximize as much free shards as we can get of Nakia, but not going crazy, because like I said, she's a good character synergy-wise for war offense, specifically for the war dogs, but not a game-changing character by any means. So that's why I'm not really too invested in this. So there you guys have it. Let me know what you think in comments below, but hopefully this helps you, especially the footage if you guys are stuck in that initial campaign run through for the initial campaign event here. Thank you as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.